I'll shape it in this way. When you're a creative or when you're an artist, the skill that you start to build up as like a toddler, taking the little steps, building it up, it's called the compound effect. One day taking another step, taking a different step, taking one step. So it's like in a span of time, you're building up a relationship to creating beauty. So when you learn this kind of art, the art of creating something beautiful, it's like now you feel like you can project it to other things. Like maybe by being a better friend, because
So, are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
Gucci.
Hey.
Uh,
Hello, wonderful humans. Welcome
hello.
to yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Hey, welcome to Modern Day Campfire by your host Martin Sambia, where we advocate for mental health and personal growth through visual arts and talks. And today we have a very, very magnificent guest with us, who goes by the name Dominic Otieno.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And honestly speaking, this one is going to be great. Like I feel it, and I know
I
it.
also feel it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to use the word like I hope.
Uh-huh.
This one is going to be great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank you. I'm
yeah,
honored to be here.
yeah, yeah. And
Thank
I'm
you.
humbled to
Uh,
host you.
uh,
Okay, so you happen to be an artist. You pursued sociology and literature.
literature.
Uh-huh. Now you are pursuing social media management,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
also you've been into stages.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
as a performing artist.
mhm,
Yeah, yeah. So just out of curiosity,
mhm.
like why that diversification, and what role does it play in your life?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
First, I think I can describe myself as a visual and performing artist. Visual in terms of there's a way I see things.
Mhm.
I don't just see things the way they are. Like I try to look at them at a different angle,
Mhm.
using different eyes, because everything has like its unique piece
Uh-huh.
in the universe. As a performer, in terms of maybe some emotions that I have inside of me that I can't find the right words airing them out. So like now I have to find another way of communicating the emotions and everything. So performing in terms of theater art and play, I've done them. So it's been a good journey. And when you say diverse,
Yeah.
okay, you're diverse in a way.
Yeah.
I'll shape it in this way. When you're a creative or when you're an artist, the skill that you start to build up as like a toddler, taking the little steps, building it up, it's called the compound effect. One day taking another step, taking a different step, taking one step. So it's like in a span of time, you're building up a relationship to creating beauty. So when you learn this kind of art, the art of creating something beautiful, it's like now you feel like you can project it to other things. Like maybe by being a better friend, because now you know friendship,
Yeah.
it doesn't become just friendship like that. You have to start somewhere, small by small, little by little, and you know like how do we say it, you know how to spice up things and everything, because whatever you do every day, it leads to what you'll do next.
Yeah.
So you are conscious in that manner. So when you say diversity, I feel like I can do anything,
Anything.
not in a bad way, but I feel
Yeah.
I can do
Yeah.
anything so long as I start from somewhere and I learn how that thing goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah,
Thank you. And that is well put. That is
yeah,
well put. And
yeah.
like today, and we are going to get back to that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because today we are going to tackle relationship,
Uh-huh.
we are going to tackle creativity,
Okay.
and we are going to tackle money.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So just to start with, we'll start with relationship.
Okay.
Okay. So like first, like what is your definition of relationship?
Aha,
Uh-huh.
relationship.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
for an introvert me,
Oh, you are an
I,
introvert. I don't think so.
for an introvert me,
Okay.
I would say that relationship is
Oh,
somewhere is an environment where
uh-huh.
you feel safe, you
Mhm.
feel like you can talk about anything.
Mhm.
So that's the about the environment in terms of introvert.
Okay.
Now the extroverted me,
Okay, thank you now. This is the part that I know now.
the extroverted me,
Yeah, yeah.
I can
Uh-huh.
describe friendship relationship
Uh-huh.
as having something else to confide in, It may be someone, it may be
Mhm.
an environment, it may be a place, somewhere where you feel like you're valued
Mhm.
and you matter just as the other party matters.
Matters.
That's a relationship.
Mm. Yeah, that is well put.
Yeah.
And also there are these situations like maybe we might find ourselves in like relationship on a bigger perspective
Mm-hmm.
in those places that matter,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not serving us. Maybe they are controlling us.
Okay.
Because I'll just give you an example. There are those people who
Mm-hmm.
maybe like not everyone here in Africa
Mm-hmm.
or in world like comes from a healthy background or a healthy family.
Okay.
So like, and for some reasons unapata this is where they've established their relationship, this is where they get their sense of belonging,
Mm-hmm.
but it is controlling them.
Okay.
So I just want you to give, have you ever been in that type of a relationship that it was controlling and
Mm-hmm.
it was hard for you to get out?
Mm-hmm.
And if not, or if yes, a
Mm-hmm.
follow-up question is like, what is a healthy relationship to you and what is unhealthy relationship to you?
Okay,
Yeah,
in term, if you put it that way,
yeah,
that I may think in term of relationship where it's a boyfriend girlfriend or a friendship,
friendship.
those
Okay.
two, because there is some relationship where you can't choose, like maybe family
We are
and
born
then
into families.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and you can find like both the relationship, they affect each other in a way. The way you relate with your family, the way you grew up, is it's just the same way you're going to like build a friendship or
Mhm.
maybe a relationship with you as a boyfriend and a
Yeah.
girlfriend and some sort. So I can say, yeah, there are unhealthy relationships, and most of us tend to be in denial of some things because maybe from where we come from, we are not even self-aware that maybe this is an unhealthy relationship. Sometimes you're convinced with the world that this is the way things are, so there's no other way. This is the only route. I think that's an unhealthy relationship.
Relationship.
And a healthy relationship for me is a relationship where each and every party is valued. They're emotionally, physically, mentally also. And if it's healthy, means everyone came in clean package.
Okay.
Clean package means that you as an individual, before coming to this relationship, you had your own past. Now you have to come to terms with it, whether it was bad, it was good. You have to accept it the way it came. And funny thing about life, I think, it's like we are not responsible for the things that were done to us in the past or the way of life in the past, but we are responsible for who we are going to live next.
Yeah. Who we become.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? That is that is powerful. That is
Yeah, thank
powerful.
you. So you as an individual,
Okay.
before going
Uh-huh.
into a relationship,
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to work on yourself first.
Mhm.
You can't look for a soulmate, yet you yourself you don't have a soul. So you have to make peace with your soul. You have to be at your full, so that you can welcome another person in your environment and start building something good. I think I can describe that as a healthy
As a
relationship.
healthy, that is well put. That is well put. And maybe how, like, who is a toxic person to you?
Okay.
Or do you think some kuna existence of a toxic person? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, especially when you're in Kenya, I think there's a lot of toxic air around. Like there's a lot of it, and people don't like they don't speak about it out loud. But it's a feeling we have. Like exactly when we met in the when we were coming here. I know we've met a lot of different people.
I
Maybe
do.
it's a makanga, we paid fare and everything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have the things they're dealing with. But how they relate to you at that moment shows you what this kind of person is going through at that moment, or even whatever led them to behave in a certain manner. So you can tell like there are toxic people. Even when your friends project some things, people are manipulative, you see. Toxicity comes in different ways. Some people are manipulative to because they know how you behave, they know how you approach things, they know how you react to things. So they may take advantage of you to come to their gain, you see. I think that's the toxicity for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And someone has ever maybe consider you as a toxic person?
Whoa.
And how did it feel like if it was a yes?
Maybe yes, probably yes,
Yes, okay.
probably yes. In
And
the
they,
past, yeah,
yes, okay.
I think someone can call me toxic
Toxic.
because yeah, but there's a point where like as myself, I felt lost as a human being, and luckily I found one or two people who led me to the right path. They showed me like this is the way to go as a young man now, and I went to therapy a few sessions. So like now I became self-aware that me, I'm a piece in this society, and there are people who I'm relating to with. So whenever I'm dealing with something, there's a way I'm supposed to relate with people. And when people are dealing with something, I'm also supposed to understand it,
Yeah.
but I'm also supposed to bring it to awareness in terms of, yo, are things good? You know, there's a way where you can react to a certain behavior, and it's like you're helping the person rather than just fueling up whatever they
They're
were they
doing.
were coming with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I was toxic, maybe in a way. I don't know the exact ways, but I know definitely I'm not a clean person.
Yeah.
I was toxic, but every day I know it's a learning curve, and I'm working on becoming a better version of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the kwanza kuna this like this point that you've said that you like you're kind of responsible of creating that environment.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere someone was saying like we control people,
Uh-huh.
and like with you may come up with a certain aspect of also like you can either fuel it up or you
Uh-huh.
can either confront them alafu in an effective way, and then
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
control people in terms of like we always create that environment.
Uh-huh.
Like we are always responsible. Like I just want you to give you an example.
Uh-huh.
If someone is really mad at you,
Uh-huh.
and then you just go vice versa of that, trust me, like they are human and they normally feel it,
Uh-huh.
and that thing can humble them. Like yeah, like when someone is mad at you and you retort back, they'll even be more and more mad. But
Yeah.
vice versa,
Uh-huh.
unapata like am I just asking them to are you okay? Like
Yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
can just
Exactly.
yeah
Exactly.
we have that power of controlling people and
Mm.
in many aspects.
Mm.
And also you mentioned something on like the way I interact with some people,
Uh-huh.
it affects how I really show up, and
Yeah.
it shows how life is a cycle
Yeah.
on many things. Like my relation, the way I'm going to interact, the
Mm-hmm.
relationship I'm going to establish with you,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't like if I really don't pay attention,
Yeah.
like subconsciously it's
Mm-hmm.
going to affect the way I'm going to show up to the next place I'm going.
True.
And a life is a cycle, so the way I give things, the way I receive, trust me, it's not just all about that.
Uh-huh.
Like in a project to something else, to something else. Even it's going to affect the way you cook. The way
Uh-huh.
you cook tells a lot the way
Yeah.
you're going to show up in a relationship,
Exactly.
and the way
Exactly.
you show up in a relationship tells a lot the way you're going to cook. So it
Exactly.
is a cycle.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. But then you put it in a right like perspective,
yeah,
in that whatever you do, like if you have something you're bugging it in,
yeah.
you'll not do it to perfection. You will do it full of anger, maybe
Anger,
something else. So it's better when you offload it. It makes you feel good as a person,
mm,
personally, before it even becoming something good to other people. To you yourself, it's a big plus.
it's a big plus, yeah.
Yeah.
And what people also like, I feel like for us to show up, like
Mm,
sometimes people think like this is like a people pleasing thing or something,
mm,
but like for us to show up effectively,
mhm,
like you might think you are doing it for people,
mhm.
but honestly it is always about yourself.
Uh,
Things like time management,
mhm.
it's about yourself. I want
Yeah.
you to like we were supposed to meet here at 2.
Mhm,
So maybe if one of us was to go against that,
mhm,
trust me, even the peace they will be having traveling from where they're coming from
mhm,
to here, even the way you'll meet up with friends, because sometimes I normally find it sad
mhm,
when like there are those people you've never seen them for years,
mhm.
and when you meet them unapata it's so hard for the two of you to engage effectively
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they are in a hurry or you are in a hurry.
Oh,
And
true,
yeah,
true.
and it is like unapata it's because of poor time management,
Eh,
it's even affecting this something new, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like these two small things, honestly speaking, you are always doing it for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
true, true. By
Oh,
the way, you relate to that.
you relate with
There's
that.
a day I met someone. We were going back. We went to the same school.
Mhm.
Now it's been like 5 years or six or what when we haven't seen each other. So like when you meet on the road, it's like, yo, you look familiar. You're the one. Oh, so it's like you're greeting us and you have so much to talk about, and they're like, yo, I don't have time. There's somewhere I'm going. So like, take my number and you see.
Yeah,
Uh, I totally
I
relate.
agree with that. Okay,
Mm.
so okay. Welcome again to the second segment, where our first segment we talk about relationship. Now the second segment we are going to talk about creativity. And just to comment, maybe my first question would be, what is your definition of creativity?
Creativity. Wow. I think creativity is relationship with life. Relationship with life in terms of you. For you, nature is different. You, it's like you worship nature. Nature is your god, and the way you give it back, in a way, it's showing like you're appreciating nature. So being creative, in a way, it's like using two existing things or one existing thing and coming out with a product totally made from maybe your own hands, physically though. Making your with your own hands, it may be physically, maybe something verbal, and come out with a different product that will move people, will gain an eye on people. Maybe it will be for you.
Yeah.
At first, it begins for you
Mhm.
because now that's why you started doing it,
Yeah.
and now other people come seeing it and they are like, "Oh, you made this! Wow, that's amazing!" I think that's creativity for
That is
me.
creativity, yeah. And you've brought a good aspect of being it for you,
Mhm.
and also like just an addition. Maybe my definition inaweza kuwa an expression of yourself also.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like an extension of you. Like when I see your
Yeah,
work, I see an extension of you. Like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like Dominic is a body, but now this is like, you
Oh,
feel me? Yeah.
ah.
But sir, you've brought a good aspect, and I have a question on that.
Mhm.
Like when you want to create something,
Mhm.
you have audience,
Mhm.
you have motivation, and you have you.
Mhm.
Like how like what do you prioritize in your field of work?
You said audience.
You yourself
Uh-huh.
and motivation.
The motivation. I think the one that comes first as a creative, it's the motivation
The
first.
motivation.
No, no, no. It's you.
It's you. Okay.
It's you that will come first because now, even before gaining the motivation, before gaining the audience, you don't have anyone around. It's only you.
It's only
So
you.
now, this is a relationship you're building with yourself. It might be cooking, it might be writing a song, it might be drawing, might be sketching, it might be. There's a lot of things you can do on your own, but building that relationships. Now you come to think like, I need motivation to do it more. Maybe like I was doing this and this and I feel it's not enough, I can do more. Now the source of motivation can be from research, can be from anything. Now that you want to like make it more pleasing for you or more beautiful than it was before. I think when you do it in that way and you keep showing the world, that's now where the audience comes in, and it starts with the closest people around you because they're the one who notice what you do and everything. So the first audience can be your partner, your family, and now become your friends. Now, but as a creative, I know there's that part where you feel like you don't want to show it the world because it feels, it may be overwhelming in a way. You don't know how people will react to it, and in a way, so that's a deep concern for you. But I guess if you break yourself from that kind of perspective, show it to the world and let people think what they think. So long as you did good by you, you did your part, showcase it to the world. I know there are people who are coming to will come to appreciate the kind of art you do, and from that you learn a lot because now you start having conversation with people, and now you start getting new ideas. You will do different things, and I know that's growth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you were saying which one comes.
How will you prioritize it? Or
I think the first priority as a creative, it should be you
you
yourself
yourself?
first because you have to feel good about yourself.
Mhm.
You have to feel good about what you do. You have to be self-aware in a way. You are someone's son, you're someone's brother, you're someone's cousin, you're someone's friend. So in a way, whatever you do is going to affect them in maybe indirectly or maybe directly. So when you yourselves you've come to a certain agreement between you and whoever surrounds you, that now I'm an artist and this is what I love to do. Sometimes it's the people who help you. Like I can get someone who like can sharpen up your skill, can help you do this and this. Now that's when you yourself you feel like I think I may actually be doing the right thing, because the people around me, I'm gaining that kind of support from the closest members. So after that, I think that's you. Then motivation comes from the support you get, and when the support you get like pushes you to a certain kind of point, the audience then comes. And when your audience posts you on your first work and they really loved it, trust me, they are your audience always, because the audience has that mind where they want to see you grow from a certain point. So when they saw you do something and you're like within time, it's like you're changing, and it's not about changing, like you're like evolving.
Evolving, yeah.
Yeah, they become more packed to you, because now it's like you're growing a community between you, the performer, or the artist, and the audience. That's a community. So it grows over time. Yeah.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
it's you, motivation,
Yes,
then the audience.
then the audience, yeah. Honestly speaking, I will go with that too. Like, I believe it's that way.
Yeah.
And also, maybe my another question, you've talked about like, kuna those people who maybe they might fear putting their work out there.
Okay.
And also, like, for me, I see art as a form of expression. And sometimes we also use it, kuna those situations like we use it to protect ourselves in different way, protecting in terms of someone maybe healing from trauma, someone maybe validation. People do that for art also. So have you ever maybe created an art that you felt like this one kind of protected you, maybe from a heartbreak? It can be in life or relationship wise or anything.
Whoa.
Do you have that
Whoa. When you say that, I have a lot.
you have a lot? Ah,
I have a
nice.
lot of pieces. Like I can really tell
Uh-huh.
this piece I did when maybe I lost my phone. So now I'm like
Mhm.
super bored, and I like just took a photo and just created from out of it. So like it's taking your emotions from one kind of action and like projecting it towards your art. So maybe it was a heartbreak, but now you're overwhelmed with all these feelings. You don't have someone to talk to and everything. So you're using art as some form of therapy. You're talking to yourself. So now when you draw, I think I have
You have a
lots
lot
of
of it.
art.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
about it.
Okay, that is good. That
Yeah,
is dope.
I think.
And maybe my follow-up question is, have you ever created something that like you are unable maybe to share it out, not because you didn't want to, but you are kind of protecting yourself from the audience? You are afraid you could hurt a relative or maybe hurt someone who doesn't relate with it. Do you
Okay.
have that type of work, or have you ever found yourself in that type of a situation?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and a lot of time, and I can say, I think it's also in the mind, because I've seen some artists break that ice barrier, where like you be vulnerable to whoever, and it's a risk. By the way, it's a risk in that you may show it and people won't take it well, especially the one closest to you. So if like uh they put negative energy on the results you've given, it affects you in a way, because these are the people you like, it was your source of support and everything. So like if they feel negative about what you've done, in a way, maybe it's a piece, maybe you felt about appreciating nature in a way, like drawing nudity in something, because in some cultures, nudity, like they take it as, it's like
At,
appreciating, it's an art form actually,
okay.
appreciating someone's, it's God creation. So
Yeah.
this is someone who is appreciating it.
Mhm.
So when you put it out there, you're going to get a lot of negative energy from people. And because you're an artist, they won't understand you totally. It's a really bad place to be in. It's a really bad place to be in, especially when it's the people who like support you consistently, maybe your family members. If it comes with negative energy, it destroys you in a way. But also in a way, it frees you because now you know who is sticking by you when you do this kind of thing. That's why I said it's a risk. If you take it, there's someone who is going to be like, whoa, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And if it's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen and they're like 30, bro, you're doing an amazing work.
Yeah.
So it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
It's worth the risk.
What the risk? Okay,
Yeah.
that is well put, and it bring this aspect of maybe filtering and unfiltering your work,
Yeah.
and this goes to authenticity.
Mm.
So, on your personal level, like, what role do you think authenticity plays part in maybe art expression?
Oh, authenticity. I
Yeah.
can say being authentic as an artist is a really good thing for you because it's going to take you places gradually. And I mean that in a way where like one person notices whatever you do, they're going to refer you to maybe someone else. And that someone else comes and loves it. And it becomes like a thing. And since it's you who knows like from scratch how you came up with this idea, how you came to like plan it, to executing it. Now it's a relationship where there's no one else on earth who can do that kind of thing. Someone can replicate that, but the good thing about
Authe-
the piece or the
oh,
project, it's like you know how you started it to the end.
the end.
So now you can create other 500 of this kind of project. But the one replicating that project, they can only do that one.
That one only.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is making a lot of sense.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So if you stick to that style and everything, you're going to be like, wow. And you also have to be careful to who you're showing because as a creative, when you're not aware, people will exploit you in a way. Some may come as a form of promoting your work, but what they're really doing is like stealing your ideas and seeing how you're going with your work and exploiting you in a way. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Uh,
That is well put.
uh,
And my another question is, like,
mm,
when we started the conversation,
mhm,
we were talking about relationship, and like, on a personal level,
mhm,
what role does, because you are in many fields of creativity,
mhm.
and I perceive you as a very, very creative person.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
Your fellow creative saying that, yeah, it means like, yo, I'm
yeah,
doing something. Thank you.
and it means a lot, like, even being with you here.
Yeah.
So, like, I personally, I know creativity has
Mhm,
a big impact on our relationship level,
mhm.
and I just want to know the impact that on your personal level, that your creativity is playing in your relationships.
In my relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, how I take that kind of skill and manifest it to other relationships. Is that
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Oh, now that how do I say it? I've I can say I've been creative from ever since I can remember. So that means baby class. I did all this. So I think I'm in a position where like I'm empathetic in a way that also like bring puts me in a position where I can relate to anyone. First, I have to give them an ear because most of the years where like I was drawing, I used to sit by myself. It's an alone time,
Yeah.
which really at the same moment it's a moment where like you're connecting with the whole world at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, you speak with your maker. This is when you speak
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
maker.
true. True,
Uh-huh.
by the way. So you're sitting alone with yourself, but at the
Yeah.
same time you're trying to connect with the whole world.
Why?
So, and now I think when you grow up this kind of skill in you, you're able to like understand someone else's emotions,
Mhm.
mindset, and everything. So like when you are building a friendship with someone else, of course you had to start at some point like an hey, but whatever you say after that gives you an idea. But this kind of person, I think we could go far because maybe it's the way they are speaking or their vision they have, and they're like, yo, I think we like go in the same kind of lane, and I think if you go like this, it's going to be a beautiful thing. So in terms of relationship, you start by maybe greetings, hey, and whatever comes from that, let that be God's plan.
Yeah, that is
Right?
that is well put. Yeah, that is
Thank you.
dope.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and we will go to another segment.
Oh,
So
thank you.
let's go and talk about money.
Money, mula mula.
Si you can do this. Mbona unaweza fanya, si ndio? Ama
By
ndio
then anaweza fanya,
umetoroka.
anaweza fanya, anaweza fanya.
Okay, sasa welcome to the third segment of the video,
Uh-huh.
and we are going to talk about money. Yeah, money. A very
Mula,
mula,
chums, little chums.
a very sensitive topics,
Uh-huh.
and it has an impact on our relationships, even our creativity.
True.
Yeah. So my first question is, what is money to you?
I think if you asked me that question like maybe 4 years ago, I would tell you like money would be maybe a good reason to live, like maybe in terms of being financially stable. But right now, I will define money as resource. To me, money is a resource in a way. I like in my head right now, I can think of doing a decade's work. But now because I lack money and capital, I'll do it progressively, like one at a time, whatever I have now. Like if I have two pencils, I'll make sure that these two pencils will make a drawing worth. And worth, I don't mean like worth the same pencil of. Like I'll feel good about making this drawing that I'll forget that I even bought these pencils and I slept hungry in a way. So money to me, it's resource.
It's a resource.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is
Yeah.
that is well put. That is well put, and also another perspective, especially your aspect here, pencil. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, but that is dope, and also, like we the main reason I said money is a sensitive topic. Also, it's because like the way we were raised, imetupea a certain relationship with money. Kuna those families when they think of money, they see it as an evil thing. Like those people who have it are tend to be evil. Others perceive it as a power. Like even as a power with money, they see power. Others sees it as a like in a defined happiness. Like money brings happiness and many other ways. So like what is maybe I just want you to tell me the negative attitude or the negative perspective you used to have about money, and like with time it has changed, and it doesn't have to be rooting from your family, even your friends or anything, but like what was that negative attitudes you had towards money,
Money.
yeah, or perspective you had towards money?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying, for us, when I used to grow up, money wasn't a thing. Like maybe we weren't blessed with that kind much of money, so it was like whatever you get that day, that's how you live by it. But I learned from my dad in a way. You know, there's somewhere you reach in life, and you're like, when you come to look at the things your parents used to do, and it's like you understand now better, like how the choices they made. Now you're like, it's that mature level. When you come, you're like, yo, they weren't doing bad things, or they weren't denying you things. It's what they could offer then,
Yeah.
to give you whatever they can, so you someday may come and make better for yourself. So money, in terms of negative, uh, I used to see money as it's something good, but it's good which you have to do like maybe like bad things to gain it in larger quantity.
Okay.
You see, and when you have it in large quantity, you have power. So in a way, I wanted to be in that position, like you having power and a thing. But I think with the skill of me connecting with the world in terms of art, I'm like, in my heart, I'm that who goes for equality. Like, why do I have to have this much when some person elsewhere is sleeping like hungry. That is not powerful. That is it is an idea being powerful in that way. And power, I can define power now is where you can light people's candles, other candles, in a way where like you are in the know and a group of people are not in the know. Maybe they
They
don't know
know
something.
or
Know the
knowing for
knowledge, yeah,
knowing or
knowledge.
knowledge. Okay. Okay.
So when you come
Uh-huh.
and create a platform where you educate all these people, and now they have the same knowledge with you, now that both of the parties is one mind. That's what I call power.
That is what
The unity in that's what I call power.
power. Mm.
Power is not money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not manipulation. Yeah. I get you. I
Uh,
get you. And that is well put.
yeah.
And
Although I want money, bro.
yeah, money, it is important, but it
Oh,
shouldn't
true.
define our
Yeah,
happiness.
yeah, true.
When it defines our happiness
Yeah,
now, this is something else, because
yeah,
what will happen, because money comes and go. Money is like an energy.
yeah,
Yeah, money is like an energy. So it comes and go,
yeah.
like a, just like a river. Sometimes it flows, sometimes,
Mm,
yeah. So if it defines your happiness, then you have a lot, because fear, it's an energy in terms of
mm.
fear aspect of contentment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can have like, kuna that day
Mm,
1,000 shillings is just enough for your day.
mm,
Kuna that day 30,000 is enough.
yeah.
Kuna that day 40 shillings is enough for your day, and
Yeah,
you'll have
true.
everything you have. So
True.
if you are not a contented person,
Mm,
these days that you'll be having less than 30,000 shillings,
mm,
it are full of depression.
mm,
And trust me, you have like over maybe 40 years to live.
mm,
I want you to count all those days.
mm.
Probability are you having 30 days on a daily basis,
Uh,
it's kinda unpredictable. Like, we
true.
expect you highs and lows, like
True.
frequency oscillates.
True.
Yeah.
I think when you phrase it like money, when people phrase it like money is happiness,
Mhm.
I think they unphrase it from money releases some stress of you.
Mhm.
Like there are some things where like which like money can sort it for you, and it
Yeah,
cancels some kind of stress from you.
very
So
true.
now that you're like stress free,
Yeah,
that's what they call happiness.
happiness.
But for me, happiness, I can create it even when I don't have money.
True.
Bro, happiness is spontaneous. Like
Very true.
you can happiness is choice, bro.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
choice.
By
Yo,
choice.
yeah,
Happiness is a choice.
yeah,
And also, like, money is not a bad thing, but like it is a tool.
yeah.
Yeah, people should see money as a tool. And
True.
when you see it as a tool, it is supposed to serve you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put it beyond your happiness, it
Mm-hmm.
defines your happiness, now money is controlling you. Now
Yeah.
you are the tool. And men, we are gods. So money is
Yeah.
supposed to control us. You feel me?
True,
Yeah.
true,
And with
true.
that mentality, I feel like it is an aspect of abundance, and you get even to attract it more.
Mm.
But when you make it your server,
Mm-hmm.
like now it is controlling you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the aspect of chasing money, and
Uh-huh.
you'll never catch what you chase. You'll never
Yeah.
have what you need,
Yeah.
yeah, and you get to push it and push it away.
And you can't have your cake and eat it too, because what's money going to do for you? You're always going to buy food, you're always going to buy like maybe pay off some bills and everything. So money in itself, for me, okay, you can put it as a symbol in that way, where like when you walk around with it, it's like you can enter every door. You can
Mm.
enter every door. But there's a way, if you to have that kind of amount of money in our capital society, you have to be someone. How okay, God blesses people, yes, to some point,
Yeah.
but I feel like in this kind of society, you have to be maybe doing shady things and everything, some kind of that, to gain that all amount of money. And you see, when you do that, those shady things, there's a way in your heart you are not peaceful with yourself or with people. So this money to you isn't everything. That peace which you lack, it will be the one which you'll be looking for. Now that you have money, you don't have another thing to look for. That peace, it's something which you're going to look for every day, and it's going to like take forever.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that is well put. Okay,
Yeah.
and like as we are winding up,
Mhm.
maybe to like what have you learned this week, and you feel like this one is going to stuck with me and it is worth sharing out here. Something you learned this week?
This week,
Yeah.
oh, I've learned a lot. So now, if I want, if I'm to go and narrow it to one thing, maybe I'll say something that my colleagues from work said the other day. We were like in a space where we were talking,
Yeah.
and we were agreeing by the everyone needs therapy. There's no one who is like 100%. Like, I'm so good, I don't need therapy. Everyone needs therapy. Some of us have gone to few sessions, but it's something to go to continuous. You see, people view it as you. It's like you need help to do something, and that's something people don't want to be in. Like, they want to be on the steering of their life. Yes, it's good, but when you have this baggage in you, maybe from the past, you might assume that it has gone under the water surface and it's not going to come back. But trust me, there are those instances where, like, they will come like a dark cloud, and you lose control of this steering wheel. So therapy for me, I can say it's necessary because it makes you self-aware. Because you, the one coming with questions to a therapist, you are also the ones with answers.
Yeah.
So the therapist is kind of showing you how you can find the answers from you
From
yourself.
yourself.
So it's like first 2, 3, 5 sessions with them, you can always see the pattern of how you're reaching to answers. And when you're building this kind of relationship of therapizing now and then, it's like you can do it on your own now. Like, in a way, you know how to handle certain situations. You know how, like, when this thing comes, you're not supposed to go this way. This is how you're going to handle it. But so my friends, the colleagues, were saying like, yo, there's a lot of things. Even the smallest of things you think, like, it's like wounds with you. So, like, there's those situations which will be like someone pouring salt on you. So, like, that pain in the wound which they haven't healed, they'll come pouring. That's why people say, like, he's a monster. He's not really a monster. It's that situation, the way they reacted to it made them seem like a monster. Yeah. So that's something I learned about this week. Of course, I've gone to therapy
Oh,
in the
okay.
past,
And
but
it's
I
working.
still need it because, yo, it's a tool.
Yeah, and it is a gradual process
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we like it's not a destination. Even self-awareness is not a destination.
True.
This
True.
is just a life, a way of living.
Mm.
Because yeah,
Mm.
we get to meet new experience. We even get people think when we talk about trauma, it's just all about our childhood trauma.
Even now,
Even now you can be
yeah,
traumatized,
yeah,
and
yeah,
another
yeah,
one is coming,
yeah,
and another one is
yeah,
coming. So it's part of life and
yeah. It's
never
continuous.
ending journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dominic, I'm very happy, and man,
Oh.
I'm very happy to host you, and I'm happy it happened.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just looking forward for more projects.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be this one specifically,
Okay.
but many more are yet to come.
Oh.
And man, welcome
That's
again.
amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so honored to be here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I know we can have like a dozen of things to talk
To talk
about,
about
but
for real,
for
for real.
limited time,
Yeah.
we are so sorry
Okay.
for that, guys. Yo, creatives, tunaweza ongea mpaka.
Mpaka kesho. Okay. But thank you for your never-ending support. It is a wrap for now. See you on the next video. Thank you.
Kindly share his content, by
Uh-huh.
the way. Share his link, the channel. Kindly tell your friends to like, and it's a good thing. I already feel it. Like,
Yeah.
Martin Sambia
Yeah.
is going somewhere beautiful and big. So this is a community, bro. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Cheers.
Okay. Thank